includes
Nesse vídeo, você vai aprender.
Hello friend, welcome back. In this video, I want to start a new session. It's about the DOM. So first of all, what is DOM? The Document Object Model is a programming interface for web documents. It represents the page so that programs can change the document structure, style, and content. The DOM represents the documents as nodes and objects that web programming language can interact with the page. So in this section, I will cover every step-by-step process that will be very basic. I hope you like it very much. So it will help you to understand more effectively how DOM actually works. For doing this, I have already created one of the folder as an exercise file. Okay friends, so all that resources that will be included in particular this course, I will share everything in particular this folder as an exercise file. And here I have created one of the folder as a micro blog, and into this micro blog they have one of the HTML file, and that is one of the index.js. Okay, so make that sure you download this file. I will share this file with you, so simply download it and extract this file, then you will get this type of one of the folder as a micro blog. So first of all, we have to import it in our editor. So here, that is our before all that code. Now what to do, I want to import it. That is our new folder. Okay, I want to click as open folder, and into this open folder, that is our exercise file, and that is our folder. Now I want to do to select this folder. Now you can see there are the two files. One is the index.html. So that is one of the index.html file, and also there is another one is the index.js. So whatever the functionality we'll use for the JavaScript, we'll add everything in our this index.js file. You can see that is structure is pretty much same before. And now if you open our index.html with the open live server, I simply want to run it. Okay, you can see there is a live server and index.html. So now that is one of the structure. Okay friend, here you can see they have some of the structure. There is a add post, there is a add post button. I have already created this type of the structure, and that will be all that are my post. So there is a my post, and from here if you want to clean, there is a clear all posts. So that right now there is all that HTML functionality. Here now step by step I will make this part as a dynamic. Okay, from here if you want to add another new post, and after that if you click as the add post, then that will be display in here. And from to this position, if you want to delete it individually, you can delete it. And also from here if you make it as a clean all post, then everything will be clean. So now that is the simple process we'll build, and with this we'll actually learn about the DOM. Okay, I hope everything will be more clear to you. So that is our HTML file. Here if you go, you can see there is all that HTML file. In particular that position, they have some of the style sheet, there is a bootstrap, and then there is a name, title name is visible, and also they have one of the form. Okay, so step by step everything will be more clear. Right now that is all that is static data. Okay, that is all that is static data. And also you can see I included that index.js. That means right now every functionality will manage it. We make these things dynamic by our this file. Okay, index.js. Here we'll actually add all that our code for make this part as a dynamic. So before do that work, I want to do, if you go to that inspect, okay, if you go to that inspect, and here if you go to that console, into this console I want to write down with the window. Okay, window. So if you write down as a window, click as a enter. Now that will be this get a lot of the property. They have some of the method. Okay, they have the so many method in here. And from to this position, if you go to the document, like right now, you can see there is so many method in here. If you go to, that is our language manage, and that is a presentation, user storage. I want to find out the document. Okay, right now I want to work into this documents area. So that is our find. You can see that is the document. So into this documents, if you now open it, now you can see there is a all. Okay, into this all, that is all that our properties as HTML head, meta, link, title, style. So step by step I will show everything with you. I hope you like it very much. So that will be our one of the mini projects. So building this mini project, we'll learn a little bit about the DOM. So make that sure you download this exercise file and simply take it. And now I want to do that is our portal project font right here. I want to make it as a dynamic. Hello friend, welcome back. In this video I want to discuss about the document object. Like when you run any HTML site or any other pages, so it's actually provided some of the documents object. So now if you want to get all the documents object, like here if you go to our index.html, here you can see they have some of the element as the HTML head, the meta, the link, right? So they have some of the element, the body. So if you want to get all the data, like here into the index.js, here first of all I want to check it, okay, like with this console log, with this console and then console log, I want to run as a documents. Okay, I want to make it as a document. So if you make it as a document, then it will be return what? Click as a save all, it will be return our total HTML site. That means all that our elements it will be loaded. If you now go there, click as a refresh. Now you can see it's now display as a document. So if you open this document, now you can see it's totally started that HTML, then head, and then the body, and then everything. Okay, everything you will get. That means that HTML will be started from here, and then that is HTML is ended. That means all that our details from here is HTML is started and HTML is ended. Okay, you can see here HTML is ended in here. So total documents it will be get. Okay, and if you want to get that all elements, then you can also get it like then you have to run as a console and then the console log and then the document, the document and then the all. Okay, I want to use that as a all, that is the documents all. I simply loaded these documents all, and now if you click as a save all, and now if you go and here right now I want to refresh it. Now you can see it's now get all that our object data, and here there is a HTML collection. There is all that collection data is now successfully getted. Like right now they have the 46 data, and there is a HTML, the head, and then the meta. Okay, there is a meta and also another all that is pane. Everything is successfully getted. So now if you want to get that specific some of the element like as the HTML and then the head. Okay, so that is one of the array. Here if you want to get it, you can get it by the indexing, like that is our 0 index as the HTML, right? HTML is the 0 index, and then the head is the 1, then the 2, then the 3. So I want to get like as a head, I want to get that head elements. If you want to get it, like that is our 0 index and that is our 1 index, right? I want to get that 1 index. So better I copy it and then I want to paste it. So I want to get that 1 index. So if you want to get that 1 index, what exactly you have to do? Simple work. Only we have to add that as our array. Array will be as a 0 and then 1. I want to get that head, so that will be as a 1. That means 1 index data I want to get. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, okay, I make it as a refresh, and now you can see it's now successfully get that head, right? And if you want to get another one like as a title or body, so if you want to access this body, then what exactly you have to do? That is our 0 index and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 and then 7. That means the 7, if you want to get that body, then that will be our 7 index. So if you want to get this 7 index, then what exactly you have to do? Simple, I make it as a 7. Okay, now that should be get this our 7 data. If you now click as a save all, and now go there, click as a refresh this page again. Now you can see it's now successfully get that our body element. Okay, it's successfully get that our body element. I hope friend you get some of the idea. And also if you want to get all that our elements, how many element length in here, if you want to get it, then that is also another one. Better I copy it. Okay, copy it and then I paste it. So that is a documents and then all. I want to do and to declare another property as a length property. Okay, so now I simply declare that length property. Now our length, all that length should be displayed. Click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, now you can see right now it's display as a 46. That means they have the 46 elements in here. So if you want to add new one, like I want to do, if in our index.html into the body, like that is our body. So to this body area I want to take another p tag. Okay, p tag and as a hi, this is new. Okay, I just simply name this, and now if you click as a save all, now I have added another element. Now that should be updated as a 47. Now if you click as a refresh, you can see its new element is added as a 47. Okay friend, and also if you want to get this domain, you can also get it. There is another function like I just want to do, I want to run it. Better I copy, okay, because here that will be needed a lot of the time. I want to make it as a clean, and here I want to copy it. Okay, I copy multiple one, I simply paste it. So now there is a I want to access our domain. So if you want to access this domain, that will be as a documents and then dot domain. Okay, so if you make it as a documents dot domain, now that should be print our URL. Right now I'm working into the local host. So now that should be display on the localhost port. You can see it's not display the localhost port. If you want to access this URL, you can also access this URL. If you want to access it, then that will be as a document. Okay, document.url. Okay, so URL. So if you write down as a document.url, then that will be provided your URL name. Click as a save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. Now you can see it's now successfully display our document URL. So right now that is our URL. Okay, and also if you want to get that every data, that means that is our total object, and they have some of the properties, argument, everything is in here, right? I want to get our this doc type. Okay, if you want to get this doc type, that is another one, as another function as a doc type. If you write down as a doc type, then that will be loaded. I show you like here. Then you have to write down as a doc. Sorry, that will be as a document. Okay, document, and into this document there is another one as a doc type. Okay, doc. You can see there is a doc type. So if you run that as a doc type, now click as a save all. Now that should be display our doc type as a HTML. You can see it's now display as a doc type as a HTML. If you want to get a specific header data, so before I have already get this head data, body data by the indexing, right? You can also get it in different way. Then you have to do simple work in just document, and then I want to get that head. Okay, I want to get that head. Now that will be get our head part. Now click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, now you can see it's now successfully get our only head part. Okay, so it's now successfully get that our head part. And if you want to get that same as a body part, then only you have to do simple, you have to use that as a document, document and document dot body. Okay, I want to get that our body tag. So now it will be get all that our body part. Click as a save all. Now go there, now click as a refresh. You can see it's now successfully get our body part. So as I told you before, you can get both of this like that way. If you want to get that by the indexing, then you can get that index all that head data, and now that is our body. Okay, and also there is another one, like if you go whatever the elements actually you want to take, you can take it from to this area. Like that is one of the form, and here which data you want to get, like the viewport, and there is the character set. If you want to get that character set, right now in our meta tag there is a character set as a UTF-8. Okay, so if you want to access it, then you can also access it. That will be as a document. So there is a document, and then the character set. Okay, character set. So if you write down as a character set, now that should be get this character set data. Click as a save all. Now refresh. Now you can see it's now display as a UTF-8. Okay, and also if you want to get this as a content type, which type of content is that, you can also get it. That is our documents, and then that will be as a content type. Okay, content type. You can see that is one of the another property is a content type. So now if you run it, now click as a save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. Now you can see our content type as a text HTML. And now if you want to get that as a class name, like into the body, right? Into this body they have one of the class. So if you want to get this class name, like there is a mean.vh100p5bz light. So that is the class name. I want to get this class name. If you want to get it, then only you have to do like here you have to add that as a documents. Okay, document, and then that will be access our body, right? And after that body I want to use that class name. So that is our class name. Okay, that is a class name. So if you run that as a class name, now that should be get this body tag class name. If you now go click as a refresh, now you can see it's now successfully get this class name. If you want to get this class name by the array, then you can also get it. Then they have the another one as a class name, that is a class list. Okay, there is another property as a class. You can see there is a class list. Then that will be get all the data by array. Like you click as a save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. Now you can see it's now successfully get that all that array data. There is a mean.p5 and then busy light. So there is the different type of class is included in here. And after that, if you want to get that our form, then you can also get it. Better I copy it. Okay, and I make it as a clean because that will be needed. I want to make it as a clean. Okay, I clean it as a clean, and here I paste it. Like I want to get that form. So if you want to get this form, then only you have to do there is a documents, and after the document you have to add that as a forms. Okay, that is a forms. Okay, so here you have to write down it as a forms. And now if you click as a save all, and now let's check this out. Click as a refresh. Now you can see it's now display one of the form as a HTML collection, and they have one of the form added in here. If you expand it, like right now they have the only one form. You can see there is a length as a 1. That means they have the only one form. If you go to our HTML, into this HTML, I want to check it. Is there have any form or not? Yes, you can see they have one of the form, right? So there is a form is started and form is ended. So right now they have only one form. For the reasons it's now display as a length 1. So I want to access our form 0 index. That means there is only one. So that is one of the array data. I want to get that as a 0. So that means that will be started from the 0, right? So here we have to call it like I copy it and then I paste it. So that will be as a form, and I want to get our specific first form, because right now they have the only one, so it should be started from the 0, right? So that is our 0 index form. I want to get this one. So if you now click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, now you can see it's now successfully get our form. You can see there is a total form, it's now successfully get it. And if you now want to access this form ID, if you want to access this form class, then you can also use it. That means you can also able to access it. Then only you have to do better, I paste it. So I into the form, that means our 0 index form, right? So into the 0 index form area, I want to access that ID. Then that will be get that ID, and also I want to get that class name. Okay, that means after the dot, then that will be as a class name. I want to access this form class name. And now if you click as a save all, and now if you go now click as a refresh, now you can see it's now perfect. It's now perfectly get our form class name as a PL1. You can see it's now display as a PL1, and also ID data, ID as a add form, that is add post form, and now you can see it's now showing as a add post form. Okay friend, I hope that is very basic. Just simply understand how that you can able to access all that property with this, that is documents, all that property. Okay, here I simply take it. So it's not much important that you have to understand. Just simply just take some of the concept, how to use all the elements. Okay, and with these documents, how can you use that, access that body, how can you access that form. If you want to access anything, if you want to access that script, you can add that script. If you want to access that form, a specific some of the action, you can also access this action. If you want to access this, which type of method is that, if you want to access it, you can also able to access it. Okay, so that is just pretty much simple things. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have already discussed about that things with you, how can get one of the single element by document object, right? So now in this video, I want to discuss about how can get that multiple element. Like if you go to our side, into this side here, you can see they have one of the post, and also there is a my post. So both of these as one of the h1 tag. If you go to our code, in our index HTML, into this index HTML here, like there is our add post. You can see that is one of the h1 tag, right? That is one of the h1 tags. Right now we don't need this before I write down one of the another element as a p tag. So right now I remove it, and now that is our h1 tag, and also there is another one. You can see there is another one as a h1. So both of this area, our class, that is our class, and here header is the common. If we there is a header, and also there is another h1 tag here. You can see there is also another one as a header. So now I want to get both of this data. That means I have to get this header class data. So if you want to get it, then you have to do in our index. I want to clean everything. Okay, I simply clean everything, and I take one of the variable. I take variable as a header. Okay, headers, and then with the documents. So that is a document, and with this document there is another property as a get element by class name. Okay, so I want to use that as a get, and you can see there is a get element by class name. So with this I want to get it. I want to get our which class? I want to get that our this common class as a header. Okay, this header class I want to get. So I simply take that things in here. So friend, just remember that all the property name that is on the get element by class name. Okay, so here make that sure you understand that part. So with this method we can actually able to access our this all that class. Okay, that is our CSS class. And now I want to do and to print it. Like here, if you print it, there is a console log, and into the console log area I want to print that headers. Okay, it's simply I loaded that headers. And now if you click as a save all, and now if you go, now I want to do and to refresh it. Now you can see it's now successfully get all that HTML collection, and here you can see that is display the h1, and into this h1 right now there is a length as a 2. That means right now in our this HTML area here they have the 2 h1 tag, right? So there is a one h1 tag, and also there is another one, and there is another one h1 tag. Okay, so I hope you understand that part. It's now perfectly get all the data. That means there is a 2h1, so 2h1 is visible. So now I want to traverse it. That means here I want to run one of the for loop. So if you want to run this for loop, that is one of the HTML collections. So here if you want to traverse it, then first of all we have to make it as a array. Okay, here first of all you have to convert it to the array. So if you want to convert it, then here only we have to do I want to simply take as a headers. Okay, that is a headers, and this header area I want to make it as a array, and into this array I want to run that as a form. And with this form I want to pass or which element I want to pass that element as a headers. So here I will simply pass it as a header. So now it's become one of the array. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go now refresh it, now you can see it's now become as an array. Okay, now I want to run one of the for loop. That means here we can actually run one of the for each loop, and we will get all that our this class name. Okay, both of this class name I want to get it. So if you want to get it, then here into the headers, and into this headers I want to run that as a for each. Okay, for each loop, and into this for each I want to run one of the array function. Okay, that is our array function. And first of all I want to pass one of the parameter. I just pass that parameter as a header. Okay, right now I'm just simply pass it as a header. And now if you check it with the console log, and with this console log, and into this console log, now here if you pass that as a header, okay, that is our header. I pass one of the parameters, so that is a header. So with this header I want to access our which name, I want to access our class, right? I want to access our all that class, that means h1 tag, and that is a class. So if you want to access this class, I have already discussed about that things with you. Then they have the another property as a class name, right? There is a class and then name. So I simply loaded this class name in here. So right now let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, and now go click as a refresh, yes, you can see it's now successfully get both of this class. So that is our h1 one of the class, and also there is another class, right? If you want to check it like in our HTML, in our h1 you can see there is one of the class, and also there is another class. So there is another class only as a header. So right now it's perfectly loop this all, and then it's get all the data. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. So now if you want to add some of the CSS, that means here if you want to add some of the style for our this h1 tag, if you want to add some another style for here, then how can do that work? But I show you for doing this. That is our header, and then there is our console, right? I want to add our array function. I want to start that things from here, and also I want to end it. That means into particular this curly bracket area here I want to load some of the style sheet. I show you like that is our name. Okay, and after that I want to take first of all our header. Okay, header, and that is our header, not that headers. So that is our header, and with this header I want to use that style. Okay, that is a style, and style I want to put some of the color. Okay, I would just simply put that color, and color I want to make it as a white. Okay, I make it as a into the single bracket, that is a hash, and FFF, that means that will be one of the white color. Okay, and after that I want to use some of the background color. If you want to add that background color, that will be as a header, and then style, and header style as a background. Okay, background. Okay, I use that background color, and background color right now I make it okay as a 333. Okay, I just simply put the hash and then 33. Now let's check this out, what exactly that actually look like. Click as a save all. If you now go click as a refresh, you can see here they have some of the background color, right? Great. So better I want to put some of the padding, then that will be locative here after this. Okay, after this in our header. I hope friend you understand how much easily we step by step doing this work. I just put another padding. Okay, padding, I just put the padding as a 50 pixel. Okay, right now I make it as a 50 pixel. Great. So right now it should be locative little bit. Click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, you can see it's perfect. So here I'm using that or text color as a white, and I have also used some of the background color, and also I put some of the padding, right? So how much easily we did that work. I hope you get some of the idea. And also if you want to add some of the inner text, that means in particular this text area, if you want to add some of the inner text, just you can also do that work. Friend, just understand how all the things exactly working, like I put as a header. So now with this header I want to add another property as a inner. Okay, inner. Okay, I make it as an inner text, and inner text area here with the backtick I want to use it as a high. And if you also want to display any index array data, then you can also display it. Then you have to pass one of the index, that means this array index. Okay, I take one of the parameter as the index, and now with this I want to pass it. That means how many indexes that it should be displayed. If you want to display it, what exactly you have to do, I have already discussed about that things with you. That will be as a $sign and then the curly bracket, and here I want to pass that index. Okay, now if you save it, now click as a save all. So right now they have the two, right now I have the two h1 tag, and into this two h1 tag I have already checked it, right? So here there is a 2, and if that means first one will be as a 0 and second one will be as a 1. So right now that should be displayed in here. I am actually using that index array. Now click as a save all, and now I want to click as a refresh. You can see now it's display as a high, and then it's display as a 0 index, and that is our another one, that is the second one is display as a 1 index. Okay, our index value is now visible. So here friend, we get all the data by class name, right? Here I get this data with another method as a get element by class name method. So with this we get that our header, and also there is another method as a get element by tag name. Like here if you go to index, so our tag means that is our h1 tag, right? That is the h1 tag, and also there is another h1 tag. So right now I want to get all the things by our this tag. Okay, so if you want to get it, then there is another method as a get. Okay, get element by tag. You can see that is a get element by tag name. So with this tag here you can actually get this tag name. Our tag name is the h1. So now I want to access this h1. So our result will be just like that same. Just simply understand, if you want to get some of the css data, then that will be the get element by class name, rather than if you want to get all the data by the tag, then that will be as a get element by the tag name. Okay, now if you click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, you can see our result is just like that same before. Hello friend, welcome back. In your previous video, I have discussed about the document object, some of the property, right? Now in this video, I want to discuss about some of the document object method. Like I will discuss about two of this object method. One will be as a get element by ID, another is the query selector. So before I have already done some of the work, right? Better I want to make it as a clean right now. I simply remove everything. Now click as a save all. And now if you go click as a refresh, now you can see it's now clean. So I want to get some of the ID. Like here there is one of the h1 tag, and into this h1 tag they have one of the ID. If you make it as an inspect, you can see there is one of the ID is the add post title ID. I want to get this ID, and with this ID we can actually do multiple work. Step by step I show you. Like first of all I want to display it. If you want to display it, then here with the console log. Okay, with the console log I want to display it with the console and then the console log. And in this console log area with these documents, okay, with these documents, and with this document I want to run one of the method as a get element by ID method. Okay, so that is one of the method, and into this method area here I want to pass our ID. That means that is actually our ID. I copy it, and now if you pass it, then that will be get all the data. Like if you now click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, and now if you go to our console, okay, into this console you can see it's now successfully get h1 tag all the data. Okay, better I want to make it with one of the variable, and then that will be better. I want to take one of the variable in here, okay, with this let, and I just name it as a header variable. And then there is a console log. We don't need this. I only want to add that our document. I simply close it, and also I will remove it. Okay, now I just take that things in our header, and now after that I want to display it with the console log, with the console and then the console log. Here I want to display our header. Simple work. Okay, here I simply loaded. Now if you click at the save all, and now if you go, our result will be same. Now you can see it's not perfectly get all the things, right? So now I want to do like that is our header, right? So here I want to do, if you want to get only that ID, you can also get it. Better I copy it and then into the console log. Okay, here I want to, with this console log, I want to access that ID. Okay, I simply access this ID. And now if you click as a save all, now that should be get this ID. Click as a refresh. Now you can see it's now successfully get only that ID. Okay, here into this element there have also one of the ID, and now you can see it's now simply get this ID. Simply understand all the things, friend. It will be needed. Okay, because here if you want to get some of the specific class ID, then you can get it with get element by ID. And with this you can actually do a lot of work. Like if you want to if you want to get the class name, you can get that class name. If you want to get the class list, then you can also get it, right? I have already discussed about that things with you. Like here, if you want to get that class, I make it as a console log. Okay, console log, and console log, better I copy it because here I will actually use it multiple time. I copy it and here I paste it. Okay, now into the console log, that is will be a header, and this header I want to get that class name, so that will be as a class name, right? And after that, if you want to get that class list, then you can also get it. Like I click as a save all, now refresh. Now you can see it's now successfully get this class name. If you go to our HTML, into this HTML in our header one, here you can see that is our class name is this one, right? It's now successfully get this class name. And also there is another one as a class list. I want to load that header. With this header, that will be as a class list. Now that should be get our all that class list. Now click as save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. Yeah, you can see it's now successfully get all that our class list. So now friend, as I told you before, here if you want to now add some of the inline style sheet, you can actually add that style sheet with our this class. Okay, with our this ID. Here I have already get our specific ID, take that things with this variable, right? And now I want to do here, better I want to show you. I want to use that. I have already discussed about that things with you, how can do that work. So that is our header, right? And in particular that position with this header, not the console, I want to actually add that things in here. Like I want to do header, that will be as a header. Here I take with this element by ID, I take the things with this variable, right? Now with this variable here I want to add on the style, and into this style I want to add on the background. Okay, I want to use that on the background color. So if you want to use that background color, here I want to do into the single quote, I pass one of the color name as a DDD. Okay, I make it as a DDD, and now that will be added on of the background color. Click as a save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. Yeah, you can see it's successfully added on of the background color. Okay friend, how much interactive, you can see there is a step-by-step process. So with this we get a specific our element ID with our that method as a get element by ID. Now here I able to add some of the style sheet in here. I add one of the background color, and if you also want to add that style our text color, then you can use it. There is a header style, okay, style, and then I want to use that as a color. So that is our color, and here I want to use that color as a F. Okay, and that means the white color I want to visible. And also if you want to display some of the padding, I have already discussed about that things with you. That will be as a header style, and then the padding. Okay, I want to use that as a 15 pixel for the padding, and that will be as a 15 pixel. So now that should be also work. Here also we have to make it into the single. Okay, that means the single quote. Now that should be work. Now click as a save all. Now go there, refresh it. Yeah, you can see it's our text is now become changed. So before that was in black, and now that is white. So if you want to make it as a change, then only you have to do that will be as a 000. Okay, that means that is one of the black color. Click as a save all. Now refresh. Now you can see our text has become changed, and that is our background. I have also added one of the padding. Perfect. How can do that work? I hope you get some of the idea, and you can do a lot of work. Like here, if you want to change that text, you can also do that work. There is another property I want to declare it. That is a header, and with this header there is a text content. I can say there is a text content. So what type of text content you want to add, you have to do simply add the things in here. So I just make it as a new, okay, new all text. Okay, I make it as a new all text. So now if you click as a save all, now our this text should be changed. Now click as a refresh, you can see, because everything is happening by the ID, right friend? Because I have already get one of the ID. you can see I have get that element ID, and with this element ID how many things we can actually do. Okay, I hope just simply understand how that functionality actually work. We can change the background, we can change the text color, we can change the padding, and also we can able to change the text. So that is a new text. And also if you want to add that inline code, that means right now you can see that is one of the add post, right? Here if you want to change it, then there is another one as a header, and then the inline, okay, inner, that is the inner text. Okay, that is the inner text, and with this inner text you can also change it. Like here I name it as it this is new. Okay, this is new. I just simply put this type of one of the text. Okay, here I simply add that semicolon. Now with this inner text that will be again changed. Click as a save all. Now that should be displayed. This is new. You can see it's now displayed that this is new. And also they have the another method as a query selector. So for the query selector you will get not only that ID, you can get that ID, you can get the class name, and also you can get that tag. Like I show you here right now, I want to make it everything as a comment out. Okay, I make it as a comment out, and then I take another variable. Better I copy it, and then here I paste it. Okay, I take another variable as a header and document, and then our method name. Method name will be as a query, query query. Okay, you can see there is a query selector method. So I want to run that query selector. So into this query selector, when you access any ID, okay, make that sure you remember that part because that is much important. Into the query selector, you will able to access three things. You will be able to access that ID, you will be able to access that class, and also the tag. But when you use that any ID, then before this ID, you have to use that as a hash. And when you use any class, then before this class name, you have to use that as a dot. Okay, and if you use that as a tag, then here we don't need to change anything. Simply add this tag class in here. Okay, so right now I'm actually using one of the ID because that is one of the ID, right? Here I want to first of all, we have to use that as a hash. That means the hash and then our ID. Okay, I just simply loaded this ID. So our rest of this will be as just like that same. Here right now if you copy it, I want to paste it because here I take that same variable name. And now let's check this out. Okay, now I want to make it as a comment out everything, and now I want to check it with the console. Click as a save all. Now go there, now refresh it. Yeah, you can see it's now successfully get all the data. Okay, it's everything is work perfectly. If you want to add some of the CSS class, then you can also add it. Like here I paste it, and then I make it as a comment out. And now that is our query selector. Now if you click as a save all, and now go there, click as a refresh, yeah, you can see it's perfectly now updated. I hope friend you get some of the idea how two of this method actually work. One is the get element by ID. With this you will be able to get a specific one of the ID, and when you use that as a query selector, then with this query selector you are able to access the class name, you will be able to access that ID and then the tag. But our main focus is to how to actually deal with it, right? When you get a specific one of the ID, with this ID you can do a lot of work. You can change the background color, style, that means the font color, you add some of the padding, and also you can change the text. Okay, so that is the simple procedure. I hope you like it very much. Hello friend, welcome back. In this video I want to discuss about in our HTML tag how can get all that parent, child, and sublink properties. Like if you go to our HTML tag, and with this HTML tag here you can see there have one of the there is one of the table, right? So that is our table as a parent, and into this parent table there is one of the child, and also you can see there is also another child, and also there have one of the sibling. So step by step, if you want to get this, how can get this, I will show you that things with the live example. For doing this, first of all, before I have already discussed about that get element by ID and then the query selector, right? Now as I told you, with this query selector you are able to get that ID, you are able to get that class name, and also you will be able to get the tags, right? So now that is all that our tag, like as a table tag, the body tag. Now I want to use that as a this one as a query selector. Better right now I want to remove everything, and also I remove it. Okay, I remove it. Great. So first of all I want to get one of the our like as a T body. Okay, I want to get this T body. So if you want to get it, I better name it as a T body, one of the name, and then get documents and the query. There is a query selector, and with this query selector method, now I want to do and to access our one of the tag, right? So that is one of the tag as a T body tag. So now I want to do and to use it as a T body. As I told you before, when you access that ID, then you have to use that as a hash. When you use that as a class name, then you have to use it as a dot, rather than when you use as a any T body, that means tag, then here you have to directly use that tag. Okay, which is totally fine. Right now I am using that tag as a T body. So that is a simple T body. Great. And now if you print it, I just simply print it with the console log. And now if you click as a save all, go there, now refresh it. Now you can see it's now successfully get that our T body. And if you want to get that T body another class here, if you go to our code into this T body, then I want to do to get that child. That child means that is one of the tier. I want to do to get this child. So if you want to get it, then you have to write down as a console log. Into this console log, I want to first of all print it. Okay, into this console log area here, that is our T body. That is a T body, and into this T body area here I want to do to access that child. So that is another property as a children. So with this children we can actually get this data. Now click as a save all. Now go there. Now refresh it. Now you can see it's now successfully get our HTML content. That is the 5 length, and all the tier is now visible. Tier means actually in our side, into this side you can see there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is all that our child, and that is one of the HTML collection. So now it successfully get all the things. And if you want to get all that element count, that means if you want to count how many element that child element you have, if you want to count it, then they have the another property, and then there is another property as a console log, and then with this T body, okay, T body, and with this T body I want to access as a child element count. Okay, that is a child, you can see there is a child element count, one of the properties. So now I simply declare it. Okay, now if you click as a save all, and now if you go right now, that is they have the 5, so it should be displayed as a 5. Now click as a refresh. Yeah, you can see it's now displayed as a 5. Okay, friend. And here that is also, you can see that is our 0 index, the 1 index, the 2 index tier. So if you want to get a specific some of the index, we can also get it with this index, right? That is the array index. So how can do that work? For doing this, I want to write down the console log some of the time, because here we have to display a lot of multiple things. I want to do and to display it. Okay, but I copy it and then I paste it. Great. So first of all I want to get that our child a specific one of the index ID. That means that will be as a T body. That is a T body, and then with the children. Okay, with the children I want to do and to access our which things. I want to access like as a this TD, that means this tier. Okay, so this tier index as a what? As a 1. I want to do and to access as a 1. Okay, I simply added that 1. Now if you click as a save all, now that should be get our this one data. Click as a refresh. Now you can see it's now successfully get another tier. That means there is a post 2. Okay, it's now get some of the specific some of the children. So that is our another tier, which is totally fine. And now if you want to also manipulate this data, like right now that is our post 2, that means that is our post 2, right? So if you want to manipulate it, you can also manipulate it. I can show you. Then you have to do, that means I want to here I want to do and to add the T body. Okay, that is a T body. T body, and with this T body I want to access that our children, and which index I want to access that number 1 index, right? That is a number 1 index. So into this number 1 index here I want to do and to change that inner text. That means here there is another function as inner HTML, right? There is another property as inner HTML. So with this inner HTML, which data you want to visible, you can visible it in here. Like I just make one of the span. Okay, span, and I want to do and to close this span. That will be a span. Okay, span is closed. So in particular that position, whatever the data you will choose, like as a high aryan, I make it as a high aryan. Now these data will be manipulated in here. Okay, like I show you, if you now click as a save all, so that is our index 2, right? So that is our index 2, means that is our post 2. Now that should be changed. Now click as a refresh. You can see it's now display as a high aryan, and our post 2 is totally gone. So now we are able to successfully change this. That means here we can actually manipulate this data as per our demand with our this inner HTML. Okay, And also if you want to get by like as a first one, okay, if you want to get that first child, then you can also get it, that is another property. And also if you want to get that last child, then there are also another property. Simply understand all that property, okay. Here then you have to do like I want to do to get that our first child, so that will be as a t body, okay, that is a t body, and with this t body I want to declare as a first element, okay, first element child. So when you declare as this property as a first element child, then it will be get our first one. Click as a save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. Now you can see now that is actually our tier, and that is our first one, right? That is a first one. If you open, you can see there is a post one, right? And if you want to get that last one, then there is another property as a t body. So, okay, with this t body I want to do to access, and there is another one as a last element child. So there is a last element child, that is another property, okay. With this it will be get that our last data. Click as a save all. Right now our last data as a post 5, right? If you know, click as a refresh, and now if you go, now you can see it's done successfully get that our last one, that is a post 5. So here there is another property as a first element child, last element child. With the children you can access our children, all that one. If you want to manipulate this data, you can also manipulate this data, okay. I hope you get some of the idea. In our next video I will discuss about how to create elements with DOM. Hello friend, welcome back. In this video I will discuss about how can create one of the element with using the DOM. Let's do that work. Like first of all I want to do here, I want to create this type of one of the element, okay. This type of one of the element I want to create with the DOM. So if you want to do that work, that is our my post, that is our index.html page. If you go to that index.html, and here you can see that is one of the t body, and then one of the tier, and then the td, and then the tier end, right? So now I want to do this type of one of the things I want to create with using the DOM. Better I copy it. Now go to our index.js. Right now I want to remove everything, and here first of all I want to put some of the note, okay, what exactly the things I want to do in here. So if you want to add some of the comment, I hope you already know about it, and then the star, and then the backslash, right? So now that is our comment. So in particular that position here I simply paste it. So I want to create this type of one of the things, like there is one of the element as a tier, there is a tier and there is a td, and then td, right? Now let's do that work. So if you want to make these things with the DOM, then first of all you have to take all the tier element, like as on the tier element, and there is also another td element, right? I want to take one of the variable, one of the constant variable. So there is a constant variable. I simply take it, I just name it as a tier, okay. I name it as a tier, and then with the documents, and with these documents that have also another property as a create element, okay. So here that is the create element, you can see there is a create element. So now I want to run this element. So with this method you are able to create one of the HTML element. So I want to create one of the HTML element as a tr, okay. I hope you understand it. And now I want to create another element, there is a const, and then there is a td, right? But I name it as a td1, and then the document. So that will be a document, and then with the create element I want to create another HTML element. I just name it as a td, okay. So that I want to create another element as a td element. So here that is our tier, and also I created another one as a td, and into this td they have one of the class name, and also they have one of the inner text, right? So now I want to get both of this. If you want to get it, then what exactly you have to do, that is our td1, right? So that is our td1. So and into this td1 I want to use that as a class name, okay, class. So I hope you already remembered that part. If you want to get that class name, you have to get it with the class name, right? So with this class name, our class name here that is a class name as a post. I want to make it as a post. So that will be added one of the class name, and also that have one of the inner text, right? So if you want to get that inner text, what exactly you have to do, that will be as a td into the td1 I want to access our inner text. So that will be the inner text, okay. So they have one of the inner text. I want to use some of the inner text, like as a post, okay. I make it as a post 5 or 6, okay. I make it as a post 6. Great. Right now they have the 5, so but I want to add another one as a post 6. So that will be our inner text, okay friend. I hope it's very clear. And now if you want to check it, like I want to print it with the console log, with the console, and then the console log I want to print this td, okay. I want to print this td1, and now let's check this out, what exactly that result it will be out display. Click as a save all, And now if you go, now click as a refresh. Now into the console, you can see it's now successfully display our TD. So there is a TD, and there also have created one of the class name. Now you can see it's now successfully get this class name, and that is our inner text, right? Also our inner text is visible. Here, if you want to add some of the ID, if you want to add some of the attribute, you can also add it. But I show you, then you have to do here after this. Okay, into the TD area, I want to add that ID. Okay, I simply added that ID. And ID name, I want to put that ID name as a post ID. Okay, so this type of one of the ID that will be display. And also I want to display some of the attribute. That means here I want to add some of the attribute into the TD1, and they have also another property as a set attribute. You can see there is a set attribute. So now with this set attribute, I want to add that our attribute name. I name it as a title. Okay, title, and our title class will be here. That will be one of the post. I name it as a post title. Okay, post title 6. So this type of one of the attribute that will be added. Now if you click as a save all, and now if you go, and now if you refresh this page, now you can see it's now successfully added one of the ID as a post ID, and also there is another attribute as a title, and the title name as a post title 6. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. So here we successfully complete our first TD, right? And now there is another TD. Into this TD area, they have one of the span, they have one of the class name. So now we have to add it. So if you want to do that work, what exactly you have to do? Same things. First of all, I want to take another constructor. Okay, I take another constructor variable, and I just name it as a TD2. Okay, that will be as a TD2. And then same our document, that will be as a document, and then create element, because here also we have to add another HTML element, and that will be as a TD element, right? Here I simply name it as a TD, because that is also one of the TD. And after that, have also one of the span. We have to also take this element. If you want to take it, then I take another variable as a constant, and I just name it as a span. I hope friend you understand it. It's very easy. So now that is a document, and then the create element. With this create element, now I want to create another HTML element as a span. Okay, I simply loaded that span, right? And after that, what exactly you have to do? Into the span, they have also one of the class name. So if you want to get this class name, that will be just like that same. That will be as a span, right? That is a span, and into this span area, there is a class name. So I simply take it this class name, and our class name is in here as this one. So now I better copy it. Okay, copy the total class, and here I simply paste this class. Great. And after that, what exactly you have to do? Now we have that our span, we have the TD, right? Now we have to add this span in our this TD area, right? Here they have one of the span into this TD. So now we have to add this span in our this TD area. So if you want to do that work, then you can do that work with using that append method. I want to right now run that append method. That means here that is our TD. Okay, TD2, right? So that is a TD2. Here I want to do append. I want to append which things? I want to append our span, right? Now I simply added that span. Okay friend, I hope it's very clear. So that is our TD2, that is into this TD2 area. That means that is our TD, right? Here I want to append our this span. So here I take that things with this span. So now that will be append in here. Okay, if you want to display it, like I want to display with the console log, console, and then the console log, and here I want to display right now as a TD2. Okay, TD2. And now if you want to check it, click as a save all, and now if you go to your side, now refresh it. Now you can see now there is another TD, and if you open it, yes, you can see into the TD area they have one of the span, and into this span they have one of the class, and this span is successfully inserted in our this TD area. So we did that work with using that append method, right? I hope friend you get some of the idea about it. And now our last work is I have already created that our TD, and here I have already created another TD, and into this TD area I have append this span. Now we have to append our both of this TD in our this tier area, right? So if you want to do that work, it's very easy. I have already take that our tier. Now we have to do after that that will be the tier, and into this tier area I want to append, that is our append method, and into this append method I want to pass two of this our variable as one of the TD1. Okay, one is the TD1, another is the TD2. I simply take both of these in here. So now our two of these at TD, that means TD1 and then TD2 will be append in our this area, that means in our tier area, right? So now that is the simple process. If you want to also check it, our total tier, then you can also check it with the console log. That is a console, and then the console log area, I want to run that tier. Okay, now if you save it, I want to save it, and here if you refresh it right now, yes, you can see it's now totally display our total tier. So there is a tier, and that is our first TD. You can see that is our first TD, and also that is our second TD. Everything is worked perfectly. I hope, friend, it's very much clear to you. And now I want to display our this total tier. Okay, that means this tier I want to display in here, right? That is in our my post, in particular that position area I want to display it. So if you want to display it, then what exactly you have to do? If you go to our HTML code, into this HTML code, there is another element as a T body, right? And into this T body, that is the all that our tier, there is another tier. So I have already created this tier. Now I want to add that means I want to append our this tier in our this T body, right? So if you want to do that work, then you have to do simple, we have to import it, that will be as a document, and then that is a query selector. I have already discussed about that things with you. That is a query selector. So with this query selector, I want to get our element as a T body, right? That is a T body. So that is a T body element, because into this T body area here I want to append it. I want to append our which things, I want to append our which things, I want to append our this tier, right? If you want to do that work, then that will be the append method. With this append method, I want to pass that our tier. Now that should be added. That means this element, that is a new element I have created with using the DOM. So now with this element should be added. If you now click as a save all, now if you go to your site, right now there is a 5. Now if you click as a refresh, now you can see it's successfully added new one as a post 6. Okay, so how can create some of the element with the DOM? I hope, friend, it's very much clear to you. So that is a simple process. You have to just simply understand it. Okay, so that's all you have to do. Hello, friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have discussed about that things with you, how you can create one of the new element with using that DOM, right? I hope you get some of the idea. Now in this video, I want to make it as a interactive, like when you click as a clear all that my post is will be gone. And also from here, if you want to add some of the post, how can add it? In this video, I want to make it as a interactive. Okay, if you want to do that work, we can do that work with using that event listener. Better I show you with the live example. First of all, if you go to our index, that means index.html, I want to find out a specific this button as a clear all post. Into the clear all post, if you go, that is, you can see that is one of the clear all post, and into this clear all post area, that is one of the button. Also they have one of the class, so that is our button class, and also there is action class as a clear post. So here I want to take this class. Okay, if you want to take this class in our index.js, here right now I want to remove everything again. Okay, I make it as a clean, and first of all I want to take it. So if you want to take it, what exactly you have to do? We can do that work with using that query selector, right? So I take one of the constant variable, I just name it as a clear button. Okay, clear button, and then with the document, and then the query selector, there is a query selector, and with this I want to get this one of the specific class, right? So if you want to get that specific class, then you have to add it with the dot. Okay, I make it as a dot, and then our clear post. Great. So with this we get our specific class, and now I want to add one of the event listener. Like that will be one of the event. If you go here, if you click as a in particular this button, that will open the click event, right? So when you click as a click, then one of the actions will be happen, right? So now I want to do here I want to, with this clear button, that is a clear button, right? Into this clear button, I want to add one of the listener, that will be as add event listener. Okay, so with this method, first of all I have to declare this which type of things is that will be one of the click method, right? So I make it as a click, and after that here we have to add on the function. Okay, that is one of the function, and into this function here we have to pass one of the parameter, and here you have to pass one of the event parameter. In our next video I will discuss about that things with you, that will be the event. Okay, so that is our event parameter. So into this event parameter here if you want to first of all right now as a check it, that means when you click as a click button, what exactly that event listener will be do. Like I show you with the console log, with this console log, if you want to display it, like here I want to display one of the messages as a hi Aryan, this type of one of the message that will be display. Okay friend, I hope you get some of the idea with this. So we get one of the class as a clear post class, I take the things with this variable, and now here I pass one of the add event listener. So with this listener it will be executed our this click. Now if you click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, I refresh this page, right now it's totally empty. And now if you click as a click all post, yes, you can see it's now display as a hi Aryan. Click it again, that will be again, click it again, now there is a 3. Okay, that means our this click function is executed, right? It's working perfectly. And also they have the another event listener. I want to also show you that things with the live example, like that is one of the click event, right? I have already discussed about that things with you. When you click it, then that will be executed. And also there is another one as a double click. Okay, that means I make it as a DBL, so that is a double click. So with this event here you have to click it for the double time, like I show you. Click as a save all, so that is another one as a DBL click. Okay, now if you go, now refresh it, now it's totally clean. If you click as a one time, you can see it's not executed. Click as one time, it's not executed. But if you make it as a double, I make it as a double, yes, you can see it's executed. Make it as a double, that is successfully add that event. Okay friend, and also they have the another one as a mouse down and the mouse up. So that is actually used for the finger trip, like when you press the button with the in your screenshot, then that will be executed. Like I show you, there is another, just simply understand all that event name as a click, as the double click, and also the another one as a mouse down, a mouse, and there is a mouse down. So with this mouse down, if you now click as a save all, if you now go there, click as a refresh, and now if you in your mouse, okay, with this mouse if you press it, then you can see it's executed. I'm still now pressing my mouse left click, so here you can see it's executed. And when you again press it, it's executed. Again press it, it's executed. Okay, so with this fingertip that will be executed. And also there is another one as a mouse up. That means right now I want to make it as a mouse up. Okay, that will be the mouse up. So mouse up will be executed when after that press, when you actually comes out, like here I refresh it, so I am pressing it, you can see it's not executed. If you press out, yes, you can see it's now executed. Press in, it's not executed. Press out, it's executed. So here that is very much important things. Pressing your mouse, you can execute it. You can, that is one of the event. One is the mouse up, another is the mouse down, right? And also there is another one as a mouse enter. I show you, like that will be the mouse enter. Okay, mouse enter. So with this mouse enter here, you don't need to press any button. If you put your mouse in here, that will be executed. Like if you click as a refresh, and you can say I'm not pressing anything, I just simply mouse here, you can see it's executed. Again mouse, it's executed. So that is the mouse enter. Okay friend, I hope you like it very much. That is another event, is very much interactive one of the event. When you enter your mouse, then that will be executed. And also there is another one as a mouse leave. That means when you just go outside from to this button, then that will be executed. I show you, like that will be as a mouse leave. Okay, L-E-A-V-E. The mouse leave. If you now click as a save all, now go there, click as a refresh. Now that is totally clean. If you put your right now mouse is entered. Now if you leave it, you can see when you press the mouse and then mouse leave, executed. Okay, so that is the mouse leave. That is a mouse leave event. Okay, I hope you get it. And also there is another event as a mouse move. It's very much interactive. If you make it as a mouse move, okay, mouse move, there is another event. Simply remember all that event name. Click as a save all. Now go there, now click as a refresh. So when you press your mouse, you can see anytime when you're moving it, automatically that will be added. Okay, you can see that's still executed. That means this trigger will be executed when you press your mouse. Okay, it's perfect. So just simply remember all that event name, There is a mouse move, mouse up, mouse down. Okay, I hope it's very much clear to you. In our next video, I want to discuss about this event. Okay, how can do that work? I will show you that things with the live example. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have discussed about different type of event listener, right? Now in this video, I want to discuss about this event. Like here, I have already created as a click. Better I make it as a click right now. And now there is a function as an event. What exactly this event? If you print this event, that is one of the object. It should be written on the object. I show you. If you click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, and after clicking this, now you can see it's now display as a pointer event, and into this event area, that is that one of the object and all that our property. You can see there is a multiple property in particular that area. Now there is some of the property as a client X, client Y, and also another one as a offset X, offset Y. So that is one of the another property. First of all, I show you how that all the property executed, like here. After this, okay, after this I want to load some of the console log. There is a console log I want to better copy it because I want to display some of the property with you. Like here I paste it. Okay, I simply paste it. Great. So first of all, one of the property in our event, into this event there is one of the property as a client X. Okay, so if you make it as a event, so that will be, first of all, that will be an event, and this event, one of the property as a client X. Okay, and also there is another one as with this event, I want to access that client Y. Okay, that will be as a client Y. So that is a client Y. So that is another property. If you go, you can see there is a client Y. And now if you click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, and now if you click as a click it in here, now you can see it's now display as some of the wide height. That means that is one of the height and that is the wide. That means it should be accounting from our this index value. That means from our this skin to which place that is a height. Okay, and also it should be started from our this index skin, and from here where exactly the places you click it. So it should be counting your client X and client Y. And also there is another one. As a there is a offset X, offset Y. Offset X, it should be counting which in our this pattern area where exactly you press it. Okay, it should be counting that left to right where exactly the position you press this your button with this mouse. So it should be counting it as offset X. I wish just simply added that event and then the offset X. And also there is another one as event. Okay, event and then offset Y. So that will be as a offset Y. And now if you click as a save all, now if you go, now that will be return another value. Click as a refresh, click as a clean. Yeah, you can see it's now display in particular which positions you actually press this button. It will be counting your this area. With this you can actually get it. And also there is another one as a alter key. There is one of the alter key. That means when you click this button, if you press that as a alter key, then that will be written as a true. Like there is a alter key, and also there is another one alter key, and then there is a wide, there is a target, and you can see there is a shift key. There is also another one. When you press this button, are you pressing with this shift key or not? It will be when you press it as a shift key, then that will be returned as a true. I show you. And also there is another one. The alter, you can see there is a control key. First of all, I want to display as an alter key. That will be as as okay. With this event, I want to display that alter key, and then with this event, and then that will be another one. As a shift key. If you go, there is a shift key, right? I copy it. That will be the shift key with the event. Okay, that is the event, and with this event I want to access another one as a control key. Okay, like here they have one of the control. You can see there's a control key. I copy it. Now that will be as a control key. So with this we can actually get some of the data. Like I show you, click as a save all, and now if you go, now click as a refresh. So right now I want to press with the shift key. Okay, I press as a shift. And now if you click at this button, now you can see it's now display which things. It's now display as a true. That means here I make it as a shift key. I press that as a shift key. For the reasons it's now become as a true. And now if you make it as with the alter key, like I refresh it, and now I'm pressing that alter key, and now click as a click. Yes, you can see now our alter is become true and both of this is become false. Okay, and also there is another one as a control key. So now I want to press it with the control. I press it the control key. Now click as a clean this button. You can see now our control button is the true. That means here it is returning one of the value as a true. That means I am pressing as a control. So now if you make it with the, I make it as a control shift. Okay, I press the control shift button. Now click as a clean. Yes, you can see our alter key is now false, and then our shift key is true, and then control key is true. That means I press two of this button when I click this our action area. I hope friend you get some of the idea, right? And also if you want to get that type, you can also get this type. Like here I want to get this event. Okay, event type. I want to get this event type. So if you refresh it, that means save it. Now go there, now refresh. Now that should be display one of the type. If you click it, now you can see it's now display our type. That means our event type. So right now I am using that click event type, right? They have the different type of event, click, double click. I have already discussed about that things with you. Right now I'm actually using our type, that means our event type, as a click. And now I want to discuss about one of the most important things as a target. Okay, here if you go, you can see there is a target, and into this target area there have also a lot of the property. If you want to get a specific this button details, that means a class name. If you want to get that inner text, everything you can actually get it, but I show you. If you want to get it, that will be as a target. Okay, that means here if you get that event and then the target, I just simply get that is the event target. And now if you go click as save all, now that will be get all that your targeted value. Now you can see our targeted is our total things. There is a button, class name, and then there is our inner text. Also everything is visible. Also there, if they have any ID, you can also able to get this ID. If you want to get it, you can also get it. Then only you have to do that will be as an event. Okay, that will be as an event, and just simply understand it, friend. Literally everything will be needed. Like there is a target, and then I want to get that this targeted value ID. And also if you want to get this targeted value, that means the event. Okay, event and then target, and this targeted I want to get that class name. Okay, I want to get that class. Okay, I want to get that class and then name. So I want to get this class name. That means this event target class name. And also if you want to get the inner text, you can also get it. That will be the target and then the inner text. Okay, I make it as inner text. So that will be inner text. So now everything should be it should be get. Now click as a save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. Now click it. Now you can see it's now successfully get our inner text. Right now they have no ID. For the reasons is display as undefined, and you can see it's now display our clear all button. That is our inner text, right? So that is the inner text is now successfully visible. Okay friend, I hope you get some of the idea how you can get that ID, how you can get the targeted value class name. You can see spelling mistake, so that is the class name. Okay, now that should be display the class name, because they have no ID. For the reasons it's not display our ID. Click as a refresh. Now click it. You can see it's perfect. So in our 15 into this 15, I have display as a ID. For the in particular that position there have no ID. You can see there is only the class name and there is the inner text, right? So for the reasons here after that I display the class name and then the inner text. So for the reasons is display as our inner text. Okay, that is a inner text is display, and also display our class name. That is our this dev. That is total the class name, right? It successfully get this data. Okay, and also here if you want to do like when you click as a clear all button, and after that if you want to change that background color, you can also do that work. I show you. For doing this here you have to do like I want to make it as event. Okay, event, and into this event then the target. Okay, event target, and here I want to add that style. Okay, style, and I want to use that as a background color. Okay, background, so that is a background color. Okay, I want to use that background color, and background color I want to do right now as a black. Now if let's check this out, click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh. Okay, make it as a refresh, and now if you like right now that is a red, right? When you click as a click, yes, you can see it's now become changed. Now that is become black. I hope friend you like it very much. It's very easy process. So step by step we'll do a lot of work. Don't worry about it. But also your task, you have to understand it, and also you have to remember it. Okay, like that is our event, all that property, how can get that targeted value with this targeted, how can change that style. I hope you it's very much clear to you. So it's very simple, all the things.